guys, hi, it's Amanda. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. As always, if you're new or returning and you haven't yet already, be sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. So obviously you are looking at my hands. Today is going to be another nail video. A lot of you guys are aware I've been waiting until I got this package. So today I figured I would unbox everything, explain the system, and then do a quick demo. Now, if you're new to my channel, I am not a nail professional. This is just something I do for fun. You know, I've gotten better, but I'm still not the best at it. I'm only going to be doing my left hand on camera, and I am going to make this a lot better than my previous video, and I am just going to stop and start at each step rather than you guys just watching like 10 to 20 minutes of no talking and quiet. So let me know how that goes for you guys, if you enjoy that style or not. I will continue to film these as long as you guys are requesting them and interested in them. So I ordered this from enailcouture, which is an indie brand owned by Max Estrada, and if you haven't heard, he has had some controversies, primarily with how YouTubers maybe review his products or like competition things. So I did get impatient and open the box. That's why it's ripped back here. I was trying to shut it to go through everything with you guys. But let's get on into what's in this box today. So when I open it, this first thing on here is a bag. I haven't taken it out of the plastic. I don't know if I will utilize this bag or not. Or no, this is the apron. It comes with an apron. This is the bag. It comes with an apron and a bag. I mean, it's cute and everything, but I don't carry totes around, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. I have taken everything out of bubble wrap. All of these bottles were bubble wrapped. So with this order, I had purchased the 1, 2, 3 Go kit because previously I had only ordered the tips and I was using my own concoction of the Cura Sky system with the enailcouture tips. So this time I bought his whole system to be able to use his whole system and see, you know, if it's better or if I want to continue the method I have been using. And then I also bought some of his chrome nail polish sets. He has 2 sets. I bought one of them. I can't remember which one. If you guys want to know, let me know down in the comments and I will look at my invoice and let you know. So these are the tips. I bought the tips in the sport length, which is the smallest length because I prefer short nails. In the other sets that I had, I was taking off a lot of the length, and these I'm going to not take off any length. This time I am probably just going to refine the shape a little bit and then call it a day and see how they last. So this is the tip. If it's gonna, sorry, I'm backwards and upside down, so it's really short compared to the other tips, and I can grab another tip at the end of the video and show you guys if I remember. But this size will fit my thumb, and you can see it's short. I just don't know if that length, I like my nails to start off really short, and then once they get to this length that it's starting at is usually when they start to become uncomfortable for me. So I'm going to try and just put them on and file them down just a little bit. So I'm going to try to keep the shape and see how it works. So these are the tips. They come, there's I think he used to start his sets at 0. I think they start at 1 now and go to 11, so you have 12 different sizes. I might be wrong. Let me see. I haven't, okay, no, they still start at 0, and then it must go all the way up to, so only going to 9. I don't know. It's really not a huge deal. You either get 11 or 12 different size nails. So I have smaller nail beds, so I prefer them when they have a larger range because my nails are tiny. In this comes a primer, the nail prep, a cuticle oil, which would be done at the end, press on gel, which his packaging is super extra, but I mean, it's cute. It comes with I haven't opened this yet because I didn't want to get it all over the place. A flashy lamp. So if you aren't aware of Max Estrada, he does a lot of Facebook and IGTVs and IG live things, and he uses this to freeze or to soft cure whatever he is using to adhere the nail. It doesn't come with batteries, which is fine, and I don't have batteries, so I am probably just going to be using my normal light, but we'll see. Maybe I'll find some batteries once we get to that step. So it also comes with a couple of different nail files. So this is just 100 grit both sides. This one I believe is also 100 grit both sides, just a different shape. And then this is 100 and 180 grit. So it comes with a couple of files. And then these are the nail polishes that do not come in the kit. These are ones that I purchased because as you guys can tell, I like shiny nails. I like holographic nails. So that's what these nail polishes are. I don't know if it's going to show on camera, but they are different colored holographics. And this, I can show you the bottom because so it's like this one's a purple holographic. This one is just a plain hollow silver rainbow. Gold. Oh, it's like a gold orange. This is a black. I'm running out of space in my hand. This is more of a blue-green. And then this is like a red-pink. It's more pink than red when I looked at it. These are under the collection of his My Little Unicorn. He has 2 sets. Again, I can't remember which set I bought. But I did get one set. I then watched some of his tutorials on how to use these, and these require about 5 layers, or did he say 3 layers? He may not have specified layers. These require more time than normal gel polish. These require at least a 5-minute cure per layer, and I'm pretty sure he recommended multiple layers. I may be using one of these in my set today. I am not 100% sure, but I did order these and I was going to go ahead and show them to you. So I am just going to put these off to the side. So whenever I did the Kira Sky set, you guys, I didn't really explain. I'm going to use this under me today because I'm on my vanity. I did explain the system. With this system, it is different. Max says that you can use the primer and etch the inside of the tip rather than using an e-file. So I'm going to do that for this set today. And I am then going to use his press-on gel, which is supposed to be stronger than the base coat of his, which is what I have been using. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I've already done my cuticle work, and I am going to quickly buff off the top layer of my nails, and then we are going to put the dehydrator, which is the primer, and then the prep on, and then we will etch the nails. So I am going to quickly do all of this off of camera, and then I'm going to come back when we are putting all of the products on the nail, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I have roughed up all of my fingers, and now we are going to start with the primer. And again, this is just like a dehydrator, so it's just getting any excessive oils or anything hanging out on your nail bed that will interfere with a good seal. And then I'm going to grab the primer. As I said last time, and I haven't followed up on, this bottle's hard to open. It's often said not to get this on your skin. I have gotten it on my skin and it didn't burn or anything, but I try to do my best to not get it on my skin. Over here. All right. I have a lamp from a cart that I'm going to use, and I am probably going to do one nail at a time. Let me see if I can zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see what it is that I'm doing. So this is the press-on gel. This is my first time using this, so we will see how this goes. This seems very, very thick. And I've watched most of his, well, not most, I watch his tutorials occasionally, and it's just a thin layer on your actual nail, your natural nail, I guess I should say. I'm just trying to make that even. And then I'm gonna stick it in here to cure. So what Max does in his tutorials and videos is he takes the primer and then like scrubs the inside of the tips. So I'm going to do that for the thumb. I have my tips just out of frame now. Taking the primer, and he said to really like scrub it in there. So, sorry if I'm out of frame. So I'm just taking this and scrubbing with the brush all areas where it should touch my natural nail. Okay. And then I'm going to take the press-on gel I didn't think this through. I don't have a right lamp with me, so we'll see what we can do with this. And I'm just gonna pull it down at the edge of the nail like I did with the base gel. And there's a good chance this nail maybe won't work for us because this is my first time using this product. And then push it back and rock it down. Hopefully this doesn't end up crooked. Or with any air bubbles, but we will see. I can see I already got a couple of air bubbles, but that's okay. All right, that should be a good cure. So this is what it looks like. It seems that I used a decent, like almost the perfect amount of press-on gel. I have a little bit of seepage that happened that I'm wiping away before it fully cures. But, ooh, you can see I've got a couple of air bubbles, which is fine. I am going to go ahead and pop the rest of the nails on and then come back to you guys. Alrighty guys, I am back with all of the nails on. I have done a little bit of filing on the sides and a little bit on the tip of the thumb. So I am going to zoom you guys out just a little bit so I have a little bit more workspace. I have come to the conclusion that they're just too long for me. I know I will get uncomfortable having them long and then continue to grow out. I do want to say that this press-on gel is a lot easier to work with, in my opinion, than what the base gel is. This took about half the amount of time. The learning curve wasn't what I thought it would be. There's only one nail where I applied way too much glue, and I'm not sure if it's gonna focus. Take this other stuff out of the frame. I'm not sure. See, you can see where it's spilled over quite a bit. So I will take my e-file and I will file that down. However, underneath all other nails, there is no abundance of glue. And I thought that was going to be my issue because when I use the base gel, I almost always have overuse of product and seepage like that. There's hardly any seepage outside of the nail onto my cuticle, which also is an area that I typically have to go back and clean up. I'm pretty sure you guys can see that in the first nail video I did. This finger, it always appears crooked. I think my nail grows crooked. So I always fix that in filing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a good bit of the length off. I'm probably going to cut it where about right there. So not a total half of the length. It might end up being half of the length once I do filing. This just isn't practical for me. I'm too rough on my hands. I'm too rough on my nails. Once my nails get to this length is typically whenever I try to start doing a new set. So I'm going to cut, file, and buff the top so we can get on to decorating. I will try to include some of that here. Sorry if I don't figure out how to fast forward through this and you guys are stuck just watching me do this for like 10 minutes. Hopefully I can do it quicker than that. Whenever I cut length, I'm sure you guys saw it in the last one, I just do a cut on all the nails, and then most of it I can do from there in filing. So although they're cut crooked, this thing's really sensitive to focus apparently. So they're cut crooked, but I will file them and shape them straight. I'm going to attempt to use this one, which came in the kit, on it's both 100 grit. So I grabbed another one in case I need a bigger grit. But this part really doesn't take very long. As long as you have a good grit file and a good file, this portion of filing doesn't take very long. And I'm going to try and stay in focus. And I like more of a squoval shape to my nail. I like them to appear square but not be sharp on the edges. All right. All right, so I'm trying to look in the viewfinder and it seems like it's not super focusy, so I think I'm actually, you guys saw me cut. I'm just gonna file these down and buff the tops, and then I'll come back for the painting. All right, guys, so I have been gone longer than what you guys are obviously gonna see. I went ahead and put all the nails on my other hand as well. That way I'm not coming back in doing everything from start to finish after this video. So these are gonna stay plain the rest of the video, but we're going to complete these. So I have my little makeup wedge here with some alcohol on it. I'm going to just quickly wipe down all of my nails from all of the filing and the buffing. I did end up cutting quite a bit, and then which meant I didn't have as much to file. So let's see, this is the thumb. I'll show you a comparison of the original size versus how much I took off. So I took off about, I guess it does end up being about half the length from my free edge. But like I said, I prefer shorter nails. I am hard on my hands. I do a lot of typing at work. It just makes more sense for me. Once they get to the length that these originally are, they start to feel uncomfortable on my nail beds because I am so rough and I do so much with my hands. So I don't know how people who are able to function with longer nails do it. I absolutely cannot. So we have a couple of things here. I have pulled 2 nail polishes, which I know you can't see the colors of, and then I pulled a base coat and a top coat. I'm probably not going to use the base coat. I typically don't. I never really find that my nails chip. I am going to be using a different top coat than what I typically use because I am not using any holographics today. I'm just going to have color, and then I brought out some of my rhinestones and things like that, and I may incorporate one of the new holographic unicorn things. So since it is starting to be fall, I grabbed 2 darker colors. I grabbed a burgundy color, like a maroon burgundy color, and I also grabbed a darker gray, which this is one of my favorite colors to wear, especially when it's fall. So what I think I'm going to do with you guys really quick is I think I'm going to paint one of my test nails. Of course, I have all of these pre-painted, but I have a few open spots. I'm going to paint one gray and then one the burgundy color, and then I'm going to put the unicorn, what is it, my little unicorn over to see what color would go best, because I want to do one nail holographic, and then I'm going to do some rhinestoning on a couple of my other nails. Probably not all of them, it really just depends. I am not the best at doing rhinestone work. I struggle with the glue quite a bit, so I haven't mastered that part of doing your own nails. That might need a second layer. I'm gonna stick it in here really quick, let that do its thing. So This is a little mini light that came with my cart. This is a really powerful little light. I just don't have this connector with me in this room, and that is obviously covered in dog hair. Sorry for that. This is a really good portable little light to have. I'm probably just gonna end up using my big one here. So for my rhinestone stuff, I brought quite a bit into this room. I have these, which are not flat back, so I typically don't use these because they end up raised. And I don't like when anything bulges off of my nail more than just a little bit. So I have these, which are flat back. I can't remember what the difference is called between the ones that look like have the purple rainbow and the ones that are just like fake diamonds or whatever you want to call them. I have quite a bit to pick from. These are silver. I'm more than likely to use these. I got some fancy different ones recently, which I don't know if you can see due to the lighting. There's like some flat back pearls. I might try to incorporate this. I don't know. I just grabbed a little bit of everything. I have some colored rhinestones. I probably won't use these. It just came with the set, so. And then for the rhinestone glue that I have the ones from a cart, the pot kind. This is extremely hard for me to work with. I've tried. And then I also have the squeeze kind, which is what I've used in the past. Just squeezed a little dollop down. So that's probably what we'll use today whenever I get to this step. So we're gonna just push these a little bit out of the way for now and see how our testers are coming along. I'm gonna put one more coat of each color over, and then I'm going to grab the My Little Unicorn collection shade that I'm probably gonna grab a darker color because it is, like I said, it is fall. We are coming up to Halloween here soon, so I don't want to have anything that's too bright and spring-like since we're coming out of summer. Alright. So I'm probably, just based off of this, unless it looks really cool, I'm probably just going to do the gray because it's more opaque than the burgundy with 2 layers. But we will see. And today I'm going to be using the same brand's top coat. I have used this before. I don't remember how it is. I prefer the McCart top coat. And I do have some other ones, but I just grabbed this to try it. So we're going to get this picked out. What colors? So we have 3 that I was looking at. That's more of a purple. 7. I think this was the green. I think 7 was the green one. Yeah. The greenish blue. Let me see. Yeah. So I don't know if now it'll focus on it. If you can see like the hollow in that. It looks very green, but it's kind of like a green blue depending on the lighting. So you might try that one. The one I'm probably going to do is this one, which is like a black with every shift in there, just depending on how the light catches it. This is probably the one I'm going to use. It's just number 3. Okay, so let's see how this. And when I watched Max's review, like demo of these, they're very thin from what he said. But to get opacity, you have to build them up quite a bit. So this isn't going to be the best tester because I can tell I didn't let that gel dry all the way, and it's pulling. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can even see the hollow effect in that. You know, I'm gonna be honest, it's not to the extreme I thought it would be, and I understand that that's just with one coat, so I may skip that altogether and end up maybe doing one nail with a matte finish or put extra rhinestones on it. We'll see how it goes. Because, I mean, I can see it in the light. I don't know if you guys can, rather than being just gray or shiny. We'll see. I don't like the way it looks over the burgundy, so I'm not going to paint my nails burgundy. We're going to go with the gray. So what I'm going to do is I am going to paint one nail with you guys, and then I'm going to paint the others, and we will get on to the rhinestoning bit. All right. So this is not, I guess I pulled a hair. This is not full opacity, so I will probably do 2 layers. So when I come back, all of the nails, I'll probably paint this hand as well, will be fully painted. Alrighty guys, so I am back. I have painted all of my fingernails, and now we are going to use some rhinestones today. And I haven't really thought up of what I'm going to do. Just so you guys know, when you use gel nail polish, if you do not let each layer cure entirely, you can end up with these ripples. I know it's hard to see, but there you can see them a little bit better. You end up with these ripples, and there's nothing I can do about it now that the top layer has dried. I guess I had a little bit more polish in that particular spot when I was curing, and one layer didn't cure all the way. So I've got some lovely ripples there. It is what it is. I don't know if I can put I could put rhinestones there. I just don't typically use a lot of rhinestones because I'm not good at using this gel. And I'm gonna try and squeeze some out. Hopefully it comes out and it's not like stuck in there. The stuff is really, really thick, so it's hard to get out. I'm gonna stick this down in here just in case there's a blockage. Okay, here it starts coming. So it's pretty thick. This is a picker tool. I'm going to just rub my fingers around it. It's wax to warm it up so it picks up some rhinestones. I'm kind of just gonna wing it and see what we come up with. And most people seem to put the glue directly on their nail and then grab the rhinestone. I'm gonna try and do it the other way, because when I have used just the glue on my nail and then picked up the rhinestone, I can't get it to not be too thick, and obviously that's probably not gonna work. So let's see. Yeah, that's not gonna work out for me. So I'm gonna put a little dot, small as I can, right here. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see me. Then I have the rhinestone on here, and I am going to place it on the glue and just move it until I think it is centered. Which I think that's centered, it might not be. And I'm going to put a couple of other little dots around it. And grab some smaller rhinestones. I don't know why it's not showing. I'm gonna get these on here and then I'll try to get it to focus. Okay. So not sure if I should do another one or if I should leave it. There you go, you guys can see. So I did one big one and then a size smaller and then another size down. I could continue to go up, but I am probably gonna leave it where it's at and push them up a little bit. That way whenever I go to use my top coat, I can get around my cuticle. I will probably do that on my thumb and then I'm gonna do it on my middle finger and then probably just one rhinestone on each hand, on each finger. So I'm gonna do that really quick and I'm gonna try to stay in focus this time. So this time I just put the glue down. And the good thing with this stuff, until you actually cure it, you can continue to move the rhinestones. So if you don't like the placement or you change your mind on the design, as long as you haven't cured it in your lamp, you can, whoops. Some of these crystals sometimes are hard to pick up. You can move it around. Sorry, I'll finish my train of thought. And they will kind of migrate on their own until you cure them as well. So you just need to keep an eye on that. So that way when you go to cure, they are where you want them. Because once you cure it, they're stuck there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cure these two nails before the rhinestones continue to wiggle around. So I'm going to stick my hand in the lamp right here, and then I'm going to put probably just this medium size, the one of the ones in the middle. Oops, I didn't realize that was down. On each other finger, and then I might paint my ring finger matte with the top coat. We'll see. So I'm going to quickly rhinestone these other fingers. I'm just going to put a little dot of this down on each nail. You really don't need a lot of this, and that's why I struggle with this glue, because I get too much and then it ends up being kind of lumpy. So I'm going to, yeah, I don't, that's too big. Get a smaller one, that's a little bit better. A lot of the reason why I haven't decorated my nails like this before is because I like the look of rhinestones. Like, I can be pretty girly in that sense. However, I don't like that if you don't get them just right, it bothers me. All right, so I'm gonna let those cure. It'll bother me, and then I find myself focusing on it not being perfectly symmetrical or in the middle. And then if I don't seal them well with the top coat, they end up like getting caught in my hair and stuff. And then if you pop these off once they're on, it typically will peel the paint up as well. So and I have ordered another order from Max Estrada's brand. In these short nails, he has pre-made a French ombre, which when I would get my nails done at a salon, I typically would always get French manicure. I like the way it looks. It's very professional. Called me old school. That's just what I typically like to get done. However, doing them on my own, I am not skilled enough to free paint that. I do have stamps that I have tried to use that I'm just not successful at. I haven't learned that curve yet. So I typically just paint them a plain color. And occasionally I will do something like this. It's not very often. But I ordered that, and I also ordered his shiny gel, which is a top coat that can encapsulate everything. These other top coats that I have that's not what they're meant for. They're really not thick enough for that. So it causes the ability for things to get in them and lift up the rhinestones. Because when you have just a normal top coat like this, you have to like butt it up against the rhinestones. You can't just go over the rhinestones. Or at least what I have found, that's how it is. Because if you go over the rhinestones, if a rhinestone falls off or pulls, then you are stuck peeling your whole top coat off, rather than just allowing the rhinestone to come off. So I try my best to get as close to the rhinestone without going over it. I'm not perfect at this, and I'm sure on some of them I will end up going over the rhinestone. So I'm just gonna quickly get all of these top coated. And I don't remember how this top coat dries. So hopefully it dries well. And I'm sorry if you can hear my husband talking in the background. He's on the phone. I'm trying to just get this part done for you guys. So once I finish just like the base layer, I do try to typically go over the tip of the nail. That way it's totally sealed all together. Oops, I just painted my skin. All right. So I'm going to take a little thin layer and go over the tips of each nail. I've talked about this before. Make sure if you do something like this where you forget to cover the tip with the top coat and you go back and you do this part like I am, you need to go back in and smooth off the top. Otherwise you're going to have a little blimp at the very tip of your nail. And it's not super noticeable to the eye, but it is noticeable to you if you touch your nails, which I'm sure you do. So then I just quickly smooth it all out so I don't have that bubble up there. And then from here, I am just going to let these cure, and then I will be back to show you the final product on both hands and kind of compare some of the products I had previously. I will see you in just a little bit. Alrighty guys, so now is the portion where I'm gonna kind of compare all of the products that I do have and talk about the difference between them and which one, now that I have tried a couple of different systems, some from the same brand, and my thoughts on those. So I kind of did this on my first nail video, and if you're not interested in any of this comparison stuff, I will just show the final result of the nails. So this is all of my nails completed. As you can tell, I'm not a professional. You know, not all of them are the same length on the same finger. The rhinestones probably aren't totally even, but this is my final product. We will see how long these last. They feel very, very sturdy though. So I foresee at least getting a week or two out of these, if not longer. I believe I said in my first video, the longest I had a set of nails last was like 3.5 weeks, and they had grown out to where they were uncomfortable and I needed to remove them. So now, if you're not interested in any of this other stuff, I hope you have a good day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I will see you next time. If you are interested in me showing the difference between these products, then keep watching. So I showed the difference between the Kira Sky builder and the base gel builder. I am probably going to zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see more of what I'm doing. This was my alcohol pad and my polish. I'll just scoot it out of frame, as well as the lamp so it's not distracting. So I will again show these and the difference in the consistency so you guys can. So this is, I don't know if you can see the thickness of this. This is really, really thick. Let's see. I'm realizing the focusing on this camera is super hard to see if there's anything behind it. See how thick that is? So that's that one. And then this is also thick, but not to that degree. This has more of a give to it, and like it strings off, whereas the Kira Sky one I feel does not do that. Now I will show you the press-on gel. This is the new one with this kit. It is a very much an in-between of both of these, and I believe that's why I had the most success with this. With both of these products, whenever I put it on the jelly tip and then put it on my finger, I would always have some kind of seepage, whether it be down on my cuticle or actually underneath the nail. This time I only had 2 nails that I had seepage underneath the nail, and I haven't even fixed the issue yet because I don't have my e-file in here, was these 2 nails. The rest of them, this is just some of my filing that I obviously didn't get off with the buffer. But the rest of these, there's no seepage. So, and this is actually quite uncomfortable because it's pushing up on my fingertip. So I will say my favorite one and what I found most easy to work with was the press-on gel. Now, Max's brand has a pink press-on gel, so if you are using like the French tips or anything like that and you want not your natural nail color but a more of a opaque one, because our natural nails, you know, can change colors from applying pressure. You can get the pink one. I have not ordered that. I don't know if I'm going to order that. I'm trying to wait until I get the tips in of the ombre French to see if it's something that I need to purchase. So that's the difference with the adhesion products. Now I will quickly show the tips again. So these are, I have ordered a tip box from Max with my next order, so I can put my short tips in a box. These are Max's original ones. I grabbed the size 5, and I believe a size 5 should be in here. If not, we will utilize a size. Here's a 3. I have the other bag next to me. So for me, size 3 is my thumb. There is 0, 1, and 2 that are bigger sizes. So kind of goes to show how small my fingernail beds are. So there is it gonna focus? So you can kind of see the size difference between the two of these. There is a length difference. It's not as much as I honestly thought it was going to be. I thought the short were probably going to be the size that I ended up cutting them to, because that's what it seems like in his tutorials that he does. However, I honestly don't think I was taking into account the fact that I have small nails, so they probably appear this length on other people, but that's fine. I do not mind cutting down to get to the length I currently have. It's better than having to cut, you know, twice as much from the longer nails. So that is the difference between, the size difference between his short and his just normal size. And then the Kira Sky one, these are a different style. I've ordered these in just like normal square, squoval kind of shape. I got the Kira Sky ones in almond when I ordered these a while back. And that was primarily because I like the squoval look, and it's easy just to chop it off and then round out the edges with these. So this is Kira Sky's 3. So one of the primary differences I see in these nails is the nail bed area. So on the Max Estrada ones, these are more square shaped almost. And the Kira Sky ones are far more rounded out. I think it's focusing on these numbers. So there is a significant difference between the nail bed formulation. These are far more rounded. This is the Kira Sky nail. It is far more rounded than the Max Estrada ones. It is round, but it is more squared out than this is. These are both size 3. You can tell that these, although they're different shapes, they do have similar length. The width is about the same, and there is more structure within the Max Estrada ones. You can see, if you can see in that gap, his are more curved and have more structure built into them than the Kira Sky nail. I haven't worn the Kira Sky nails because they are so much thinner. And you saw that these are about the same length. So yes, I can bend this down, but not as easily as this just like flips in half. And I'm applying the same amount of pressure to each. So these are a lot more flimsy they are way thinner. And when like looking at them from a side preview, you can tell that they're thinner. I don't know if this is even gonna really show. So I prefer the enailcouture brand tips better than the Sky tips for a multitude of reasons. These are actually sculpted and shaped better, in my opinion, than these are. These seem to be a lot stronger than these do. If you're not hard on your fingernails or your hands, I could see easily getting away with using the Sky ones. If you're a professional, you may be able to build up an apex on these, on the Sky ones, whereas with the Max Estrada ones, there's already an apex kind of built into them. It's really going to boil down to your preference. Am I suggesting that you go out and buy all of these to test? Absolutely not. Each system is about $100, and that's for all of the bits to start. Now, what I will say is with the Sky nail system currently, you will need to have an e-file. With the Max Estrada 1, 2, 3 Go kits, you won't necessarily need an e-file because his primer, which I don't have in here anymore, I put it away, his primer will etch the inside of the nails. And I know with some of his styles that he's coming out with, they're coming pre-etched, so that's a step you don't even have to do as a consumer. I don't know if Sky is doing that. Again, I didn't like these tips as much, so I'm probably not going to reorder these. The only brand I haven't tried for the gel press-on full cover tips is the Apres system. I'm not opposed to purchasing that brand if you guys want, just to have another comparison. That one's about $150. Again, I'm not opposed to purchasing it if you guys feel it would be informative. As far as what I have done this far, I really like the Max 1, 2, 3 Go system the best. I have tried using glue and gluing on tips and then making nails out of either polygel. I've tried the dual forms for polygel, and I can do a video using those for my next set if you want. I just don't find that I ever really got that curve. With this, it's pretty foolproof. I know they're not cheap, but if it's something in the long run that's going to save you money and you have the time to do this, or if it's relaxing to you, I would suggest maybe giving it a try. If you really think about it, going to get your nails done where I have always gotten them done, like the area I would get them done, it would cost after tip about $45 to $50 depending on what I had done. And that was just for the basic tip and acrylic. I always have gotten acrylic done when I've gone to a nail salon where I'm from. They didn't use gel as far as like gel in a pot. So I was not going to pay an extra $10, $15 just to have gel polish put on top of acrylic. So I never did those nails, but they would cost quite a bit of money. And you're looking at getting your nails refilled by a professional every 2 to 3 weeks if you're wanting to keep them, you know, at least for me, my nails grow quickly, to keep them looking nice and professional. And although a fill may only be $10, $15, you've already paid half of the cost of trying one of these kits. Even the Apres one, it may take a little bit longer, but you could purchase that one. So if you think of it in that way, you really will end up saving money doing your nails on your own. Again, that's if you have the time, if you're comfortable. I feel with the 1, 2, 3 Go kit that I got and tried today, it is easier, it is more user-friendly. You do not have to have an e-file. Although I cut my nails and stuff like that to get them to the length they are, you could definitely get by using the files he provides to get to this final result. Is it going to take longer? Absolutely. But it is doable, so it's not like you'd have to spend extra costs elsewhere. Rhinestones and things of that nature you can find on Amazon. That is where I have found almost all of the rhinestones I have and all of the nail art products that I have. which I do have more than what I've shown. Maybe in time I will feel comfortable enough to show all of that stuff as I've shown my makeup collection. If you have any questions or concerns or advice, because obviously I'm new and I've only been doing my own nails for about a year and a half at this point, please leave it down below. I'm always open to learn more and better ways, or if you know of any other systems that have come out, if you want me to put them on. By no means am I really calling this a review. I don't think I am educated enough and have enough hands-on practice with everything to call this an official review, but I can give you my opinions and advice on if this is something you're interested in, which one I would recommend based off of ease. And that would be the new one that I got, the Max Estrada full kit. In the past, he had a full kit that included this. And then I know he at one point had a kit that included the souffle gel, which I have not tried. However, this is a game changer for me. It cut the time in half for me putting my nails on. And I didn't have seepage like I have always had with either builder or base coat. So I believe I'm starting to repeat myself. This is the final look. I will keep you guys updated in lives and stuff like that, how these wear. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, give it a big thumbs up or leave it down in the comment section, any critiques, advice, or suggestions. Alrighty guys, with that being said, I hope you have a good day, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye!